And I'm Veronica.
And welcome to the Chick Lit Book Club podcast,
where we read a romance novel and then we talk about it. Today we're talking about The Duke Who Didn't by Courtney Milan.
And what month is this?
So you informed me, because I did not know, that it is Asian Heritage Month.
Tis.
Which is May. Technically we're recording this in April, but May is Asian Heritage Month.
Well, it's April 30th.
Yes, April 30th.
We are on the cusp.
We are nary an hour and a half away from May. It's going to be May, if you will. Okay.
It's going to be May. Yes, I expect all of the memes tomorrow, so.
I mean, this is the only week of the year that I think about that song. So I really feel like we get it out of our systems, you know?
Yeah. My one friend, he does this every year, and he sends me one. He sends me a Justin, and I get excited every year.
I sent it to my coworkers this week, just because.
I love that album a lot.
It's pretty good. Like,
word.
Legitimately. So anywho, yes, we are celebrating Asian Heritage Month. Now, the way that this is kind of working out is that we have 3 episodes that we'll release in May, just because of how like the weeks fall on Tuesdays. However, for every other like Heritage Month we have done 2 episodes.
Right.
In addition, we have gotten an ARC of A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall. And so that book actually releases on May 24th. And so we will have like a written review up, but our episode talking about that book is going to release on the 31st of May. And that will just kick off Pride Month early, basically, is how that's going to go. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what we're doing, man.
And we will have a guest during Pride Month. We don't know which episode, but Lee will be back to join us. And we just really leaving it up to him which one he'd like to join us on.
Yeah, we're going to let him choose.
Yeah,
because I guess we're nice like that.
I know. I mean, we could be assholes, but like, you're doing this.
It's like
Suck
doing
it
this
up.
one, whether you are fucking interested or not. No. He will also be back in August to do husband material.
Mm-hmm. I found this article that I sent to Veronica earlier, and I was very excited because it was very
so many excellent books on there.
Yeah,
many of which
inclusive.
we've read. Yes, very inclusive.
But it was a BuzzFeed listicle, but it was like 16 romantic historical romances if you enjoyed Bridgerton, and which. I'm gonna get over it at some point. I'm gonna get over it.
Maybe
at
by
some point.
You know what's gonna happen is that you're gonna read the 3rd book and be shocked and amazed that you love it.
Shock and awe, baby. Shock and awe.
You are going to be so fucking surprised that it's gonna become your favorite book.
And you're gonna put up a mission accomplished banner in the background. And then I'll choke on a pretzel. Anyhow,
Please don't choke on anything.
Less than a dick. What?
What does S.L. Prater's husband call our show? The fuck show?
Yes.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. We're the cock goblin show. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. We talk about biting butts and gobbling cocks. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we did not. I did read Ice Planet Barbarians, but we did not talk about it on the show. You're welcome. So anywho.
Wait, where did that come from?
You said cock goblins, and it just made me think of like weird penises.
I mean, I definitely did send you guys a movie that was
that was very fucking weird.
Dick Shark. 'Tis a movie. I mean, it's pretty much a porno from what I understand.
I don't want that anywhere near me.
No, I don't think the lady that's in it either wants it. I don't know. I not watched it.
Is it a horror film that's also
I think it's supposed to be a horror. I think it's supposed to be a horror /
a horror porn?
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
New genre. It's not a new genre?
Not really.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna move on.
There's a whole thing called sexploitation.
Okay. Jesus God.
Let's talk about fun things.
Yeah, can we?
I think we might have a joint bright spot this week, possibly. Unless you had something else.
No, because otherwise, the last 2 weeks of my life have been an absolute shit show. So let's just... We have a joint bright spot this week.
What did we do, Veronica?
Well, on Wednesday, you and I met and got tattoos.
Tattoos! Finally!
And then we drank in a park.
We did. Because guess what? We were like, we were so excited because we were supposed to do this at the beginning of the month. We're fucking adults. But one is, we were trying to do this at the beginning of the month, and it didn't work out. And we're like, we want to go drink somewhere, but, Veronica does not feel comfortable and totally get it, like sitting inside in a restaurant with especially since she has a little one at home.
I have a little one at home who cannot be vaccinated yet.
We're like, by the end of the month, things will be open. Outside will be open. It'll be warm. We wanted the fucking coldest day.
Yep, the
fucking
coldest
day.
And I believe that was the night that it got so cold that it like heavy frosted again and like killed a bunch of my plants.
Yep.
So thanks, Ohio.
Yeah. At one point, your lips were blue.
Oh, yes, they were. But because of the drink that we were drinking and not necessarily was it because it was cold? Could have been both.
I think it was because it was cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I definitely had a drunk conversation with my neighbor when I got home.
That's all right.
I was the drunk one.
That's all right. I had to pee so bad that I stopped at a BP, which, fine. But like, I tried to stop at McDonald's and apparently their lobby was closed at 4. And I was like, are you gotta be shitting me?
Yeah, I think that
was awful.
The staffing probably.
I'm sure.
We will put pictures up on the Insta of our.
We had a blast.
Tattoos. We had a blast. Shout out to our Cola tattoo in Madison, Ohio.
Yep. Thank you, Sky.
Thank you, Sky.
Yeah, that was awesome. We had a great time.
Yeah, we had a good time.
And our tattoos look fucking awesome.
They do. Mine is itch. Now we're talking about itching. Yes, the one I got refilled is itching. It's actually
weird.
Not the new ones.
Mine, since I took the stuff off, is not itching as bad. Yeah, it's not. I don't like. I remember my first one, it burning when I put the lotion on. Like it stung really bad. And I got whatever the lotion was that like they told me to get. I don't remember what it was now. It was years ago. But like it has not happened this time. I've used Aquaphor on it, and I've also used like unscented like Vaseline, whatever, just plain ass lotion.
Well, so I got this stuff, and I don't see it. I don't think they make it anymore, unfortunately. I have had it for a long time. I have 2 big things of it, and I actually got it from Arcola because at one point I must have been a local person, but it's called Raven's Sight, and it's got a whole bunch of like chickweed and something. You can smell. It smells great. It smells like I think there might be bergamot in it, but so that's what I use on mine. And it does seem to like soothe it, but I should have I had a little tin because I'm like almost out of what's left. But I was talking to a friend of mine and I was saying I got a I was like I got a text. She's like, oh, have you been thinking about it for a while? Like this is my first one. I was like, this isn't my first rodeo. No, I said, I think this might be my 15th or 16th tattoo. And she's like, oh, I go, yeah, no, we are good.
This is not the first time. This guy was like, I'm just going to start at one end and just go to the other and get this over with as soon as possible for you. And that kind of scared me a little because I was like, wait, how badly is this really going to hurt? Because it's not my first, it's like my second tattoo. And I was like, how bad is this going to fucking hurt? My last one was on my ribs. Like how much worse could this be? It's on my arm. And honestly, the only actually bad part was like.
Close to the wrist.
The wrist wasn't fun. And then, in like the crook of my elbow, like that last little line was unpleasant. Yeah. And also like thin, sensitive skin, you know?
Well, and my shoulder was fine. Like I thought like my shoulder, but I remember like I have my whole back over here. So that was like nothing. You know what the one actually that hurt the most is my stupid little tiny one that I have on my foot.
Oh, well, all those little bones.
Yeah, in the side, like in the instep, I've got that sister's tattoo. It hurt. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't want that. No offense.
Yeah.
Okay, so joint bright spot.
Joint bright spot. So, I've got 2 things for you. One, I've got a fun little a little quiz because I liked the one last week. This one is similar. FYI, guys, I did have bao tonight, and it was so fucking good.
Can you please explain what that is?
So you can have it 2 different ways. You can have bao buns, or you can have the dumplings. And the dumplings are what they were making in the book, but you can also they can make them into a flat sort of dumpling material, and you roll them up, which is what I had. I had a bao bun where they kind of like make it almost to a taco, and then they put the pork meat in it, and they'll put like cabbage or whatever. Like that's what they had pulled spicy pork and this cabbage, and they forgot what the sauce that they put on it, but it's
wedge for brown.
Like twas. But it's like this like little like but if you have a dumpling, it's the same sort of thing. You can get a dumpling with that pulled pork inside of it. So so good. And every time they're talking about it, I was like, fucking want to eat it.
Yeah.
And luckily, literally like 5 minutes down the street, I was like, what? And then I also had some ramen. So it was
that sounds so delicious.
It was so good. It was. Guys, I'm gonna put a picture because I took a picture of that too. So I'm gonna put a picture of that up on the Insta on this for this episode. You son of a bitch! I'm trying to find what I just saved on here. Okay, hold on, because I actually have 2, but I'm only gonna do the one. This is called. Which one would you? Okay, I'm trying to debate which one I think you might like better. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's do this one.
Okay.
All right. So it is. It's time to decide if these rom-com couples are still together or if they for sure broke up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the first is Kat and Patrick from 10 Things I Hate About You.
Ooh. I mean, being real, like they probably broke up.
Let's see what they say. 47% said yes, 34% said no, and 19% said I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know these people, but we can guess. Rachel and Nick from Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, yeah, I did not see that. I'm going to say still together.
Well, we're in the 64% agreed with us.
Oh, cool.
Vivian and Edward from Pretty Woman.
I'm going to say no.
It's 40, and 20. Huh. So the smaller amounts always, I'm not sure. Abby and Harper from The Happiest Season. I didn't see that.
I don't know what that is.
That's the one with David. David. It's not David.
What's it called? The Happiest Season.
It's the one. Yeah, it's the one with Kristen Stewart and I can't think of the girl who plays her love interest. It's a Christmas movie. It's got
Mackenzie Davis.
Yeah.
Is that her?
Yeah.
I did not see that, but I wanted to.
Yeah. I'm going to say yeah.
Sure, yeah. Why not?
Oh, shit.
No?
19 said yes, 33 said no, and then, I think people just didn't see it. 48%, I'm not sure.
Okay. Wow.
Laura Jean and Peter from To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I've never seen either of them.
Okay, now I have not seen the sequel, but I did see the first one, and I'm going to say yes.
Well, we'd be in the minority on that one, too.
Right.
So it's 24 to 56. Margaret and Andrew from The Proposal.
I did not see it.
I'm going to say no. I finally did see it. Oh, I'm in the... Okay, it's 54% said yes, 30% said no. Just because they just had... It was like... I don't know.
I don't understand anyone who would not want to be with Ryan Reynolds, so...
I wouldn't understand anybody who wouldn't want to be with
Sandra Bullock. Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Simon and Bram from Love, Simon. I never saw that.
I don't know what that is.
It looked super cute. It's the... He's a gay teenager.
I'm literally looking this up. I have no fucking idea. No
I've heard it's awesome. I know Lee has watched it because I think there's a sequel and he said that one was good too. Let's just say yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
It's 30, 29, 41. So.
Okay.
Hitch and Sarah from Hitch.
Oh.
This is a tough one.
Oh, damn. I'm gonna say no.
34, 36, 30.
Huh. Okay.
Julia and Robbie from The Wedding Singer. Yes, they're
of course
still
they
together. 56, 15, 29.
Okay.
Stella and Winston from How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Never saw it, but I love that title. Also, no one leaves, what's her name? Angela Bassett? Angela Bassett. Nope. No one leaves Angela Bassett.
No, they are still together.
23, 23, 54, because I would assume a lot of people have not seen How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
When we were discussing whether or not, we had, for a while, we were hoping we could do some sort of page to screen during Black Heritage Month, and How Stella Got Her Groove Back was going to be the thing that I was going to choose. But we just, didn't have time to deal with it.
No. Sally and Harry from... Because it's a book, right?
Yeah, it's a book. I actually pulled Twitter. I was like, I need some help.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And people were like, How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
Well, isn't it by that same author who we were looking up a whole bunch of stuff? Doesn't she have the book on Passion Flicks too?
Oh, I think you're right.
Which we were watching the video, we were laughing because somebody was like playing the saxophone like real hardcore. There was a lot of good looking men in that movie, and they kept getting tighter and tighter shirts. I was like, I don't know.
Terry
if I can
McMillan
handle it.
is the writer of that book.
Okay, that's something. Okay, yeah, that's not the same author. I don't think as the one from Passion Flicks.
Okay,
because I think it was called The Best Man. No, I don't remember. I also did not renew my Passion Flicks.
Right. Probably okay.
Yeah, because
okay.
I'm okay. Sally and Harry. I will get it back for when we need to do whatever we need to do.
From When Harry Met Sally. That's what you're talking about. Yes, of course they are. If they're not, I'm riding.
57, 17, 26.
Okay.
Kenya and Brian from Something New.
What is that?
I don't know, but it looks like Dax Shepard. I don't know. Or no. It's the guy for The Mentalist, I think. I think it must be a British movie. Focus Films, it probably is. Because that looks like, what's her name?
Her name is... Oh, shit. Hang on.
Oh, shit. What is her name? It starts with a T. Ugh, gorgeous, and I can't think of her name. She's also like the lead, the female, the love interest in Run, Fat Boy, Run. Oh, shit.
I'm seeing Sana Kathan. Or, I'm sorry.
Maybe.
Sana Lethan plays Kenya.
Okay. All right. Maybe not. Okay.
I don't know. Sure. Yeah. Totally still together.
17, 13, and 70%, so I don't know.
So I don't know that people saw it. Are you thinking about Taraji P. Henson?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a British actress.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
Kathleen and Joe from You've Got Mail.
Yes, I would say so.
He went out of his way.
He really
53, 19, 28. Okay. Oh, that whole part. He's like, where she was walking over the bridge. He's like, I was hoping it was you. I was hoping it was you so bad. Megan and Graham from But I'm a Cheerleader. It's two girls. It's what's her name? Clea
Duvall.
Clea Duvall.
And
yeah.
Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah. Sure.
Again, I've not seen it, but sure.
1923, 58.
Okay.
Cher and Josh from Clueless.
Still together. They have to be.
46, 44, 10.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep going through ones I know that we've seen.
Okay.
Because there's a lot here. Oh, you saw this one. I don't know if I saw this one. Peter and Nick from Single All the Way.
Is that the Netflix one that I watched?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. This is one of my COVID movies. Yes, they're still together. I'll fight anyone on it.
25, 13, 62.
Okay, so people just didn't see it, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
They're still together.
Yes, agreed. Alice and Ben from Knocked Up. Nope.
No, they are not.
They are not. We're right on that one.
Yep.
15, 64, 21. I mean, she didn't even want to be in the fucking movie. So, also, she supposedly was the worst sport of all times. Like, they were like, she's the worst. And I'm like, I can see it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sasha and Marcus from Always Be My Maybe.
Yes.
52, 12, 36. And finally, Sandy and Danny from Grease.
No.
We are right. 25, 70, and 5.
Yep.
So, there'll be another... I did find another fun quiz. I mean, I don't know how fun this was, but I had fun.
I think it's fun.
I also didn't play it first. So, and if you want to do it yourself, it is on BuzzFeed. So
look it up.
Look it up.
Single All the Way was one of my COVID movies.
Christmas?
When you
actually had COVID?
Yeah, when I actually had COVID, and I was like,
yeah,
well,
it was like,
what the fuck am I going to do? Spending all this time alone.
You know what was the best is that night that it was after Christmas, but there were still Christmas movies for some strange reason on Hallmark Channel, and I had dropped too much Delta 8.
Oh, yes.
And I was trying to watch movies on Hallmark, and it would happen would be I would watch about 5 minutes, then forget about what I watched, and I'd come in and be completely confused again when it came back from the commercial. And then I immediately thought that I'd spent, it was 20 minutes later, and then realized it was 2 minutes. Just don't take too much Delta 8. Okay, all right, so I got a bunch of cards here in my hands. Hey, do you want to tell everybody about our new venture? That is just small, slightly starting. We haven't really gotten into it. We're doing it pretty much at this point, book by book at this point.
Oh, but, sure. Well, I think it was, you really spearheaded it. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure. I mean, so playing this game, this Year of Sex cards, has made me think we need we need a having joked
database.
Well, we joked we watched one episode. I went to Mr. Skin, which was the database of naked people on from movies and television, and I thought there should be something along those same lines with I should be able to be like, what books have this in it, or something along those lines. And so we're thinking this is easy enough to start to create ourselves. We just create a Google sheet and make it available on our website. So that's what we're doing. We are making our own database of sex positions and they're not just so as I stated, I did have a little disclaimer. I'm we're only putting the ones that are different. I mean, I'm not going to put every time there's a missionary position, because it would be every book.
Well, right. Yeah. Different ones.
Yeah, something that's a little, even to me, doggy style is different, because you don't see that quite often in books. So something that's a little bit more
I just added one from this book.
Okay, cool.
The one against the tree.
Okay. What's, has opened my eyes. Now I have something, I have a couple things saved now. Bookmarked. Thank you. It was 160 sex positions, and I've learned some different names of different things. I learned face fucking, so that was cool.
Wow.
What the actual title is to that, because I've had to put it down. I've had to write it.
For reviews?
No. There's a book that we read that has face fucking in it.
Hang on, I'm thinking.
I'm putting it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Wait, that we read for the show, or just in general?
Yeah. I put it in the chat.
Oh, right. Yes.
We actually could not actually talk about it.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. On the episode.
Yep.
Yeah. But yes, that is that happened. And it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
But there is an actual official name for that. So we're hoping, because it was I'm sure
that's what you're talking about. I have the thing open. I understand what you mean now. Okay.
Yeah.
The official name for it. Okay, got it.
Yeah. What is the official name? You have it open.
Lie back throat fuck position.
Yep.
God, I hope my kid doesn't come on bed.
So now that we're going through these cards, part of me wants to hold off on the cards just so that we can pull up, we can get a bigger database. But maybe we'll just continue going through these, and we might even run through them again. So then then when we have the database, we can be hey, now we can find this book.
You can find it on our website.
But we is now on our website. Mm-hmm. So we're also going to put a Google, I haven't done it yet, I will do it very soon, is I will have a Google form up. If there is a book that you've read that there's something, again, besides missionary, because again, missionary is very common. And it's not we're shaming these books. We're we're celebrating these books.
They're different.
Yeah.
There's something different in them.
Because you know what? I'm going to go to that book and be this fucking
Where is
sounds
that?
hot. I'm gonna
You got a
I'm gonna
page
go
number?
find that. Yeah. And that also reminds me to find that Lucy Monroe book.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. So there'll be a Google sheet up or form up so that you can submit your own, and then we can
Add it to the database.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Hell
It's
yeah.
a fun thing. We want you guys to to participate. So it'll be fun.
Please do.
Again, we have only a few up there right now because we're doing this one at a time. And I have to go back and reread things because I'm like, and I
You know what you
literally
didn't
have
put
so
on
much-
here yet?
What's that?
Colin and Penn.
Well,
In
he
the
talks
mirror.
about it. I know, but he talks about it. They don't actually do it. He's like, it's my thing is that like he's wanting to, and he says, he's like, what I want to do is fuck you from behind in front of a mirror, and then and hold your breasts while I do it, and watch your breasts. And she's like, do you want? He's like, another time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. There's also like a whole part where he says like I've been fantasizing about these breasts for so long, and she's like, well, what? And I'm finally kind of like I never expect these are not what I anticipated, and she's like, what the fuck does that mean?
That
Kind of
mean?
like he's like I have been imagining all kinds of different breasts, and now seeing yours, I'm like kind of like speechless, like not what I imagined, but I'm extremely like
Clearly
happy
pleased.
or something
You fucking better
yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, no, it's just the anticipation. It's just the teasing of possible doing it in front of a mirror.
Need more wine.
My wine. All right, so I'm picking a card now. Here we go. Picking
Pick
a
a
card.
card.
Would it be funny if it was one of those ones that we actually now have on our list, and I'll be like, vindication. Okay. Wow, this is a 5 out of 5. All right.
We still don't even know what that means. Difficulty?
Yeah.
Hotness?
because
We
if
don't
you
know.
look at it, it's not that. It's,
Wait,
where
go
we
the other way.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay.
Let me go up really close.
Huh.
There we are.
Okay.
It's not that difficult.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. He lies flat, and the woman kneels on the top of him. She controls the angle of penetration, engages in a swirl movement. Wow, I think the swirl was the swirl movement. He supports her legs and can also help control her movements. Wait, I should be like David Attenborough. He supports her legs and can also help control her movements by firmly holding onto her pelvis and helping guide her movements. Just like we are. It's a nature documentary. So she's swirling on it. It's like it's cowgirl, but she's swirling on top.
Okay.
And it looks like she's got her feet up.
Yeah, it does, right?
It's just
I don't know how.
I don't know in this picture how he's supporting her legs.
I don't know.
Because it looks like her legs are on the outside. Well, maybe because he's holding them up. I don't know. He's not holding them.
No,
in this
he's not.
picture, he's not holding them. Adam and Eve.
You're really disappointing. Referee.
Okay. Well, we don't have that on our list, and I can't think of anything.
I know. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one because A, it's girl on top, but like, I don't know.
Right, because
I mean,
even when, like as a writer, you're not going to be like, so he grabs her legs as they're next to his sides,
right?
While she points her feet into the mattress. So,
right.
I mean, I could just easily say that's every book that we've had to say, I want you to ride me.
Right.
Okay, let's just say The Assignment by V. Keelan that I just finished not too long ago. Because at one point he's like, I want you to wear my jersey and ride me.
Yeah.
So there we go.
There you go. Also,
Done.
to that end, what did I just... Oh, Catching Lightning. That's at the end of Catching Lightning.
There you go.
And what did I just finish? Something else. It was Fallen Snow from Jolie Vines.
You know what's really sexy is when they're having sex and he just says, use me to finish yourself off. Like that, to finish up. Use me to come. And I'm like, wow, okay. That's hot. If you guys see any of that in any of your books, I know I know that again the assignment has that in that. But yeah, if you got any of those, put those on the list. I'll get that Google form up there soon.
Sounds
Anywho,
good.
Yeah. So this is yeah.
Okay. Shall we take a brief respite?
Yes.
And then we will come back and we will discuss the Duke who didn't.
Coolio.
Cool.
Oh, we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Yes!
So sorry. So sorry. Holy shit, where's my brain? Where is my mind? Okay.
And we're back.
We are back, bitches.
I adore you.
I was going to start singing. I adore you.
Harry Styles. He has a great song called...
He does.
It's Adore, isn't it?
Yep.
Adore. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's Adore You.
I like his new song.
I love his new song.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I love him. Yes.
Uh-huh. Anywho,
let's talk about this book we read.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay.
So I guess probably we should say why we read not that the book itself is why we read it because of Asian History Month is because Courtney Milan is half Chinese, and this is like a
yes.
This is her like yes she is her mother is Chinese.
Okay, good.
This is her.
I was like, yes, just shit to be.
I was like, pretty sure.
Fuck.
This is her like homage, and this is like her to her Chinese heritage. So that is why she wrote this book.
Also, fun fact about Courtney Milan, and this is actually how I found out about her, like as a writer. Courtney Milan is her pseudonym. Her legal name is Heidi Bond, and she was a law clerk for Sandra Day O'Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. I like Courtney Milan a lot. I've read a bunch of her books. I enjoy them quite a bit.
This is actually my first one.
Really?
Yeah.
This was on the list, and I actually read a bunch of hers after I saw it on the list. I was
yes,
like, you put it on the list.
I know, like it's been on the list for an eternity, like since the very beginning when you and I first were like, we need to build a list. What are we going to do? But I just hadn't like gotten there yet. I mean, historical romance is more like your wheelhouse. So it's not necessarily something that like I go to when I'm looking for a book, but I certainly enjoy it. Anywho. Yeah, Courtney Milan. Very excited. Milan.
And so, yeah, so that's kind of why we picked it. So, although the two main characters are Chinese, one is half Chinese and half British, or white, Caucasian, I should say, not just British. I mean,
right.
And then the other is just 100% Chinese. So, so that's kind of why we picked it. But along with the lines with because this is like a love letter to Courtney's her Chinese heritage, which I thought was.
I love that.
Yeah, I thought it was quite special.
Here's something I did not know until literally just this moment. Courtney Milan is bisexual.
Fucking love it.
I didn't know that. It was in Wikipedia, and I was like, is that true? And I clicked on the citation, and it goes right to a tweet.
Well,
she herself sent.
She was really big into the Me Too movement. Like, she's got, I mean...
Yes.
Like, that is another thing that's under feather in her cap, is that she was very vocal in the Me Too movement and making sure we prosecute those who need to be prosecuted in that situation. So, yes. So, Courtney Milan is fucking thumbs up in our book.
Hell yes.
So you want to talk about what this book is about?
Would happily do that. Okay, so here is the synopsis for The Duke Who Didn't. And technically it's the Wedgford Trials Book 1. This came out September 22nd, 2020. And after the book and like the author's notes and whatnot, she says that she will come back to this series at some point. But it isn't like she has other things also on her list. So, but she does intend to come back and write more in a series. So anyway, right now it's just the one, but the intention is that it will be a series. Okay. Miss Chloe Fong has plans for her life, lists for her days, and absolutely no time for nonsense. 3 years ago, she told her childhood sweetheart that he could talk to her once he planned to be serious. He disappeared that very night, except now he's back. Jeremy Wentworth, the Duke of Lansing, has returned to the tiny village he once visited with the hope of wooing Chloe. In his defense, it took him years of attempting to be serious to realize that the endeavor was incompatible with his personality. All he has to do is convince Chloe to make room for a mischievous trickster in her life, then disclose that in all the years they've known each other, he's failed to mention his real name, his title, and the minor fact that he owns her entire village. Only one thing can go wrong. Everything.
Oh, the Duke who didn't.
Oh, the Duke who didn't.
Yes,
the Good Riddance Duke. Is it the Good Riddance Duke? He has a bunch of like,
yeah, poor guy. He's got a whole lot of monikers that he doesn't deserve. But yeah.
Right.
I have to say, Jeremy is just adorable. He's just
and you know
adorable.
what? Like all the kudos to Courtney Milan for writing a hero named Jeremy who is lovable. I'm sorry, but
Jeremy,
like
who's 23 years old, isn't he? 23. He's 23. She's like 25. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like she is 2 years older than him.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and he's just sweet. Like
he is.
I mean,
God, he's a sweet
We're going to
dude.
start writing into prose, but I mean, like, he's just a sweet, at times dumb hero.
Yeah, a little bit.
So how...
at the end of this, you finished the book just before me. When you texted me earlier today to say, like, I finished, I was on, like, I just turned the page to the first, or epilogue the first, or whatever you said.
I have it.
I finished the book. I have diabetes.
Yeah, this is such a, like, it's a saccharine sweet, adorable book.
It is. It's so sweet.
So before we get into it, let me tell you how we do things here on said podcast, is that we have a compliment sandwich, which...
Welcome.
That's if
you're new here.
If you're new, welcome. What we do is a compliment sandwich where we start with a pro, so something we liked about the book. We move to our meat, which is something we didn't care for as much, and then the bottom bun is our another pro, something again that we like to finish on a high note.
On a good note.
Yep.
Yes.
So, Miss Veronica / Vanessa Carlton, what is your top bun? That is.
I'm never, ever, ever gonna let you live that down.
No.
That was hysterical.
No, I wasn't even drunk that night. That's what's so hysterical.
That was so weird.
It was just like, Vanessa. Wait, what?
Who? Okay. My top bun is actually like what you and I have talked about. You may disagree with me, and I think that that's okay. So my top bun, perhaps because the world is a dumpster fire, this to me was like the perfect, like, low drama romance.
Yeah, no, agreed. Agreed.
I mean, it was just so like, and the thing is, I don't want to say that there is no drama in it.
There's a
because,
little
and you and I had texted about this, that like the drama in it is just some good old fashioned baked in racism. So like you already have like the heavy thing that is causing its own drama. And then you also have like the premise is that he's been gone for 3 years. So like you have that drama that has already happened. And they are reintroduced to each other. Like he shows up in chapter 1. And
and as soon as he does, like, it sparks fly. It's like,
oh my God. It is just so fucking sweet. Actually, I pulled up my very first quote that I highlighted. Hang on. I don't know if there's like page numbers. I didn't even look. So literally page 4 was the first highlight that I had. So they have already page 4 and
we should say
she has realized that he's there.
Okay. So she, like, it says a little bit in the synopsis that she makes him go, like, she doesn't make him. She's like, he's in love. He's been in love with her since he's 13?
Since he was 13, 14.
Yeah. So at one point 3 years ago, she pretty much was like, unless you want to be with me, you better get serious.
You need to be serious.
And she just meant, I need you to stay here. You can't, because what he does is he comes every year for 5 days. That's literally what happens.
For the Wedgeford trials.
Yeah, that's all he comes for, and he leaves. And so she's like, to be serious, and he doesn't realize that that's what she meant. But he thinks it's like, don't be joking and jocular and things like that. No, she's She just means fucking stay and get your shit together. Like,
yeah, she's basically saying get your shit together and be serious about us.
Yeah, be about me and loving me and being in a relationship with me. So she has not seen him in 3 years. And she's not anticipating seeing him. She's afraid she's going to see him, and he just shows up.
I think she's given up hope. Because he didn't show up the first year, he didn't show up the second year. Like, she just assumes he's gone forever.
Right.
Which broke her heart because she wanted to see him again.
Yep.
But anyway, so he, like, shows up. And she says, "What are you doing here?" she demanded. He just smiled more broadly. "Miss Fong, what shocking informality after 3 years apart. I appreciate it."
I mean, what I love about Jeremy is that he constantly is like, I'm here to marry you. Pretty much like, I'm gonna, like he says,
oh my God. It is so fast. Like, I mean.
This is page 18. I came here to convince you to marry me, then to tell you who I am, and finally to convince you that you should still marry me anyway. And after you realize what a bad bargain I would be. Like,
yeah, that's internal monologue. He doesn't say that to her. That's an
but
internal,
like that's what he's like. You keep getting this. Like he keeps like in his internal monologues, like, and I'm going to marry her after this, and I'm going to marry you. Yeah.
Yes, that like keeps coming up.
Yeah.
And so he says to her, like, "I need you to help me. I'm supposed to be here to because I need to tell my aunt who's badgering me to get married,
to make a list.
Hang on. There was also. Damn it.
Well, he always says that he's in this town to visit his cousin, James, who's a douchebag, it sounds like.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And so,
really?
like, he tells his aunt, I'm visiting James, but he's actually in this town visiting friends. So.
Right. Shit. She says something like. He says, I thought I highlighted it, but now I can't find it. She says, he asked her, like, what do you think men of my age are supposed to be doing? And she says something like, I don't know, getting in drunken brawls? That's what I'm looking for.
Well, and...
Oh, I got it.
And we're not spoiling anything. This is pretty early on.
No. This is early.
He's not experienced.
Oh, don't talk about that. I loved that part.
Well, I'm not going to talk about it, but he does say he's not experienced. You learn that from the very beginning. He's not experienced.
He is not like he's not a rake. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so this says I am 23, he told the woman he was in love with. Do you know what gentlemen of my age and means are expected to do around the age of 23? Her nose wrinkled. Get in drunken brawls? No, that's 19. At 23, I'm expected to start thinking of marriage. No, that's 19.
Yeah.
As if, we've just already been through it.
Yeah.
This book is very lighthearted, even though there is a really serious underlying, like, constant theme of racism against Asian people in Britain. And I'm certain it was on purpose.
Well, right.
That she knew what she was doing there, and that it would have been far too heavy to introduce additional drama than the plot already had baked into it. Mm-hmm. And just the position. What year was it?
1891.
91. Yeah. So, like, you're already dealing with enough things, like, I was glad that she didn't unnecessarily introduce a ton of drama. Like, I was actually expecting some of the things that I was expecting as the book progressed did not happen. Yeah. But I was expecting them to, because not, like, quote, a lot had happened, like you and I had texted about. Well,
because at some point the term something along the lines of, oh shit, what does the aunt say? The aunt says something about the lines of, like, not conflict, but breach of contract or breach of something other. I was like, wait, are they going to say that he was betrothed to somebody else?
Oh, right.
But
yeah,
they
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I don't think that was ever happened. I mean, this kind of blends into mine, if that's okay. Like my
Go for it.
which is the actual town itself. Mm-hmm. That this reminds me, and someone actually in reviews said the same thing. It reminds me of Spindle Cove. It reminds me of this town, because this town is 50% immigrants. Mm-hmm. So,
yes.
Primarily Chinese immigrants, but immigrants. So it's like this town of, like, it just happened to be like everyone had left because all of the manufacturing and everything had left. Like, it was kind of like, here's this vacant town and these two Chinese immigrants who were working through, I would assume probably helping with the railroad, because that's what they did here, is when the Chinese immigrants came in, they actually helped build the railroad. So I would assume they did the same thing in England also. Which I don't want to go too far into because that's my other pro. So, they kind of like settled in this town, and they say there's like only 250 people in this village. It's very small.
Mm-hmm. It's very small.
But it's a bunch of people, like different people. Like, I still don't understand the friend he makes. Was that a teenager?
Yeah, I think he was like another kid around his age. I forget his name now. He was just another one of the townies, like another one of the dudes that lived there.
Yeah, but I don't think he was Chinese.
He wasn't?
I don't think so.
Oh, he might not be.
Because he asked about, like, them speaking that language, this weird language, meaning, like, Mandarin, I would assume. But,
oh, right.
But, like, it's, yeah, I mean, it's you know, that the town itself is so very different, because, like, there's times where I'm like, you know, in a different London, like, in a different British town, the propriety would be a little different. Like, things would have been, like, you know, half the stuff that she was doing, necessarily, the two of them together, by themselves,
yeah.
Oh, they would have been married. Like, they would have been married in, like, a day. So, like, he would not be going, you know, like, spending time by her, but with her even in 1891, probably still not spending time with her together.
Right. Well, and so I was just looking up. I couldn't remember, like, when, like, Bridgerton would have taken place. But,
that's 1817.
So it says, like, 1813-ish, like, 1813 to 1827, like, something like that. So this is significantly later.
Yes. Yeah. This is almost the end of the Victorian era. Yep.
Exactly. And that was something that I rather enjoyed about this one, was that the language and the things that they can talk about are different and more modern because of the time period. Like, I could tell that these were set later in time, even if I hadn't have known the year. I would have known by context that these were taking place later in time than the usual historical romances I would be reading.
At this point, the land owning law has gone through, so women can actually own land. So there's that. So that's great.
Yay.
Yeah. So they're not just chattel anymore. So women can have a business. Women can own land. Women can own property. They are not just property. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Exciting.
Yeah. So that was my thing, is like, because it's a neat little village that I'm excited, like, knowing that this is the first one in the book. I'm assuming we're going to go back and see about Naomi's story. I'm assuming.
I hope so.
I would assume it's either her and, what's his name? Andrew.
Is Ukita? It Andrew was the friend, right?
Yeah. Andrew Ukita. Okay. Yeah. I would assume those two probably get together. It'll be interesting. Maybe the kid that he meets, maybe he has his own story. So I'm excited. I voraciously went through Spindle Cove. You mentioned it.
Oh God, I love those
Then I
books.
went, I ate it up like fucking
candy.
Yep.
Just candy on Halloween.
Yep.
So good.
Like moth to a flame.
A week to be wicked, man.
And then it just spiraled
absolutely
from
on
there.
my top 10.
Well, because that's like the second book, isn't it? Yeah, it's the second book. And I started with that and then went back to Brahms' book. Yeah. Yep. And it's really sad because, like, again, it's when fucking Goodreads strikes again, because Goodreads is like, this is garbage, blah, 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 blah. So I kind of stayed away from it because, like, I did not like the reviews. And then, reading Wicked, I was like, what? And
this is amazing.
Yeah,
like,
I read, I can't remember what the first one's called, but yeah, I was like, this is really good. And so I'm excited. I'm hoping this is the same way. So that's my first pro.
And that is Tessa Dare. If you don't know what we're talking about, Tessa Dare wrote a Spindle Cove series. There are 4 in the book, maybe?
Yes, and they're all set to be like, and there's like offshoots too. I can't think of, I read all the offshoots too. They're really good. There's the one where the officer, like there's a random person that just breaks into their Christmas ball. It's really good. And I'm smiling thinking about it. But
the first one is A Night to Surrender.
Yes.
The second one is A Week to Be Wicked. The next one is A Lady by Midnight. I have not read Any Duchess Will Do. That's the fourth
my god,
book.
it's so good. Okay, anyhow, they're all good. They're all good. So anyhow, but
Tessa Dare is one who will not turn you wrong. Like she's great.
She and Lisa Kleboff do have like the prostitute series where I'm like, I am good, or the courtesan series. I'm like, I'm good. So yeah, Spindle Cove is like it's pretty much like it's a community of these women who are kind of like outcasts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're sort of like spinsters.
Yeah,
like it's
or blue stockings or whatever you want to call them that are like, or they send the girls there. They send girls who are kind of like too bookish,
borderline spinsters.
Yeah,
like they're about to
like kind of get like, if you don't like straighten up and fly right, this is how you're gonna end up, and then they go back to
you're gonna end up right, like to scare them.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they end up, mostly girls end up there like loving it and
yeah, exactly,
staying. But yeah, so
yep.
Anyhow, give me your meat, lady. Give me your con.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
Scott Conn. James
I'm not gonna lie to you. I like don't know what to say to you. I really enjoyed this book, and I don't really have a lot of like negative things to say about it. I just don't.
I only have one, and it's just because at one point I texted you. I was like, "Can something happen?"
Right. Yeah.
Because it does drag at certain points. Just because it's a lot her like trying to come to terms with him being back and him actually really loving her, and it's so self-doubt, and I totally get it, but at the points I was like, can something happen?
The entire book takes place over like a 3-day period of time, until you get to like the epilogue. Like literally the whole book takes place over 3 days,
right? And this, so I had the same issue with that book that was like Groundhog's Day back in historical, like I forgot the fuck it was called. Oh, the something of Philip, whatever. Anyhow, but you're talking about a day. It literally is the repetition of a day over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. And this kind of felt that same way. Where it was like there's points where I was like, okay, can something happen? And I enjoyed the talk, the description of making the food, but like it
just made me hungry.
Oh my god, made me really hungry. But there was times where I was like, okay, just let's go. Let's tell her your secret. Tell her your secret, for God's sakes. Or fucking bang.
Like the first day, it was like the first day was a significant portion of the book.
Yeah.
A significant portion.
Yeah. We go through the minutia of the day, and I was like,
yeah, we do.
Okay. So yeah, but that's, like, for a book where there's not much conflict, totally get it. I totally get it. So it's not a bad thing. Like, and you could be more. I mean, like, again, it's not a lot. Like, we were joking because we thought it was gonna be super. It's only 352. So
352 pages.
It's not that bad.
I mean, it's not. It's like acceptable. It's perfectly respectable at that.
And it does move quick. It does. It
moves quick.
But it does.
Especially the second half moves really quick.
Yes. Yeah.
Like the lull sort of happens like 30 to 50%.
Yeah.
And then it sort of picks up again.
Yeah. I hit around 60. And I was like, come on, something, fucking do something. And then it does. I wrote 70. It does. But like, yeah, it's and then the sex scenes are steamy.
Yep.
They're emotional, and it's
they
awesome.
are emotional.
They're very sweet, and I'm not gonna
everything
ruin it.
Everything about this book is sweet.
I'm not gonna ruin it, but I'm just gonna say, like, for a book where neither person has experience, it's very sweet.
It's very sweet.
And I'm not reading, because if you look at anything on Goodreads, you're gonna see more than what I've said.
Such a sweet book.
It is very sweet. Yeah, the whole yeah, so that's my con. I mean, like, it's not a bad con. It's just for me, it dragged a little bit, but
yeah,
fine,
fair. It's okay.
Yep. Let's move back down to the pros and bottom bun, bitch.
Okay, so I have a feeling that we have like a joint bottom bun based upon what you just said. So I really liked. First of all, I really enjoyed this book. Okay, like really enjoyed it. It's kind of different than what I would normally read in that there is not a terrible amount of angst. However, of course, again, like I said, there is the built-in like bullshit racism part. Yeah. And that's meaning that like racism is horrible. I don't mean to say like this is bullshit that it's in this book. I mean like it's bullshit that racism is a thing and it shouldn't be. So at any rate, that was obviously there, and it was very I appreciated the way that it was incorporated because you could see when it was happening, you could see it. Like Wedgford is sort of like this little he talks about it. Jeremy talks about it. It's so this little idyllic town where like people look like him. Yeah. And so he's trying to like he's just so happy to be in a place where people look like him and accept him for who he is and no matter what he looks like. And I mean, you know, he obviously has not told him that he's like a duke and that he owns the village, but they know that he is at least in part Asian. Yeah. And they don't treat him differently because of it. Anyway, so that's just kind of a segue into my bottom bun, which is the historical ties and like the accuracy of it. Yeah. Because she very clearly did her research. And as you had said, like this is kind of like a way to like honor her family. Yeah. But it was very, very clearly well researched, and I enjoyed learning about like the cultural differences and God, I'm so fucking hungry now just thinking about all of it. Like,
oh my God, I know the food just sounded amazing.
You and I like we read a book about the food and we're like, God damn, all I want to do is like eat Chinese food now, like real Chinese food, not like crappy takeaway, but like, yeah, I'm so hungry.
No, I mean, totally. And like, and I think it's perfect that it's on that Bridgerton list because there's something. Yeah. And somebody actually said in that whole, like, that whole listicle was like, you know, I'm excited about this new, although we know it's not historically accurate, but how this is, you know, moving the genre forward in historical romance is like we can look outside the box. We don't necessarily have to say, even though like I was telling you beforehand, it's really hard to find if you look back at photographs, because at 1891 they would have had photographs of Chinese British people in like would be like a part of the gentry or a part of like the aristocracy. You don't see that, so you know that's already obviously prejudice and racism. But at the time is like that just wasn't. Either there were probably lower class, so they didn't have. They probably weren't. You know, there weren't you know photographs of them. So to have something like this where you're moving closer into like, okay, so let's just take all those barriers and all those things that we already, you know, the preconcepts of we have of what a historical romance should be two white people done. Right. And just say, can we just imagine for a while? Thank you, Bridgerton, for that. I want to say the TV show Bridgerton, I want to say thank you for this. So I can say, yeah, what's the point? You know, what up if there's like a, you know, a black hero and a white, you know, heroine. Cool. Right. I'm excited about it.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be the detractors who are like, obviously they have an issue, who are they're the same ones who hated Kate Sharma. So I mean, and so I tell you, ridiculous. You can go stick it up your asshole and rotate on it. So,
rotate on it.
But like, for that part, I mean, that's, yes, agreed, 100%. I think it's the historical value of it that, like, and we were talking beforehand, there's, like, I looked up, there's 450,000 photographs in the Royal Collection of Asians and Black British history in the Victorian era. Because, like, you had, was the first Opium War, right? There was, how many people perished in the first Opium War?
Oh, the statistics vary widely, between 20 million and 70 million.
A lot of people.
A shit ton of people.
Yeah. So what happened was once the first Opium War ended, is you had this you had the first wave of immigration to Britain from China. So this is where I mean, to set this anything earlier than 1842 would have been a misnomer. So at 1881 is perfect because you'd have these established communities such as Wedgeford, that, and then in this book too, we talk about this sauce that the father is making, and at one point, even Milan says that she kind of fashioned it after Worcester sauce, because Worcester sauce was brought over here by a British person, but it was from some, a sauce that he had tasted in Bengal. So that would be an Indian sauce, but still, like, sort of same idea. Because I immediately went to brown sauce because it's brown sauce. It's British brown sauce. That's what it is.
I'm so hungry.
I know. Oh my God. I need to eat the other bow I've got upstairs.
Dying.
So I don't know. I hijacked your pro.
No, you did not hijack my pro. I didn't know what your bottom bun was until we were talking about, you made a comment earlier about, like, we'll talk about this more,
it was my bottom
whatever.
Bun. Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, we're going to have the same bottom bun.
Yeah.
But I'm a history nerd, and B, as a white person, as an American, like, I think it's important that we actively try to put other cultures in front of our faces.
Yeah.
I think it's important for us to do that. Because I think, I don't know, I think that it's really easy to get bogged down in, like, the stuff that is our day-to-day bullshit. And
and I think
we are but a small portion of the people on this planet.
True story. Just the two of us are like 0.0000000.
Well, right, but like, even as Americans, like,
oh yeah,
we are a very small portion. How many people are in the United States? How many citizens?
The fucking bee's knees, but still, yeah.
Well, right, but like, how many people? I forget the population. I looked this up. It's like 300 and something. Hang on, population of the U.S. 329.5 million. So, like, it's a lot of people, but a tiny portion of the people on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, there's 1.4 billion people in China. Okay. Yep. So, we are not, we're just a small portion of it. And I feel like that's something that we need to remember. Even, I can't speak for what it feels like to live in other countries, but it's easy to, like, think of the U.S. as, like, of just, like, being American centric. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it's wrong to think that way. I'm just saying that we have to remember that we are not the only people here.
Agreed.
So I like when we do, like, the Heritage Months, in part just to be like, to force ourselves to choose books that are written by people who
of color,
or, like,
sexual orientation, or
yes, like, I think it's just important because I think that as normal people, I think that we gravitate toward people who think like us, who look like us. Mm-hmm. And so I like taking that, just, like, take a minute and choose something that doesn't look like you, that might not think like you.
Get yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also like to say, just because I know, I'm gonna recommend this, but I don't know necessarily if it's a good representation. I just know from the television show, Sanderson is not one of my big favorites. It's never been my favorite of Jane Austen, just because she didn't finish it. So how do you know?
Mm-hmm.
But there is a black character in Sanderson. So I'm always trying to find ones that was like, it's not that I'm saying that Bridgerton's wrong. I'm not. I'm just like, here's a character that actually is, I think she's Jamaican in the
actual book, not just in the series.
Yes.
Okay.
And she is wealthy. Like, she comes from I want to say like a sugar plantation in Jamaica or something along those lines. I think. Again, it's been a hot minute since I watched that show, which depressed me as fuck. But I'm thinking about
Theo
writing
James, man.
Oh my god, he left, and that's right. There's a good-looking guy who replaced him. And so at this point in Sanderson, its second season is just fiction, but I'm okay with it. It's fine. I mean, like, not fiction. You know what I'm saying? It's off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
But I would recommend that. I mean, like, I liked her portrayal. I liked how they handled because there's racism, obviously. So, if you want something that's like, this actually happened in the book, this is historically accurate for the book, I would recommend it.
One more note that I really enjoyed. I love a good revenge plot.
There is some revenge in this, yes.
There is some revenge in this.
Yeah.
Not violent or anything. It's just, getting back at people who wronged you.
Financial revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hair flip.
Yep. Would you recommend this book?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. 100% I would. Would you?
Yes.
Okay. Would this book embarrass our moms?
No.
No, I don't think it would.
No. My mom doesn't read, like, historical romances, so I try to
get her.
Yeah, I try to get her to read Wait to Be Wicked, and she's like, yeah, it wasn't. I'm like, okay. Work for me.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fine. Yeah. I'll read all of them. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Okay. So shall we take a brief respite and return with ratings?
Yes.
And all the other fun stuff. Yeah. Stunt casting. All that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Cool.
We'll be back in 2 and 2.
I swear to God.
You're like, I'm going to fucking punch you.
I'm going to punch you from through the screen if you do not say it. I'm going to be so upset.
I was like looking at you. I was like, oh shit.
And we're back.
We're back and you don't know that song.
I'm sorry. What is it? I'm so sorry. I feel like I've truly let you down.
It is a song by Barbara Mason. I'm listening to it now. It's in my head. Now it's in my ears right now. Right now isn't, because it's a fucking YouTube commercial. Here, I'm sending it to you.
Okay.
Ready? Yes, I'm ready.
Very sorry. I'm very sorry.
It's okay. It's from like 1965, so...
It's right now it's a YouTube commercial is what it is.
Oh, fucking YouTube. You know what, YouTube? You know what I do? I wait for that 5 seconds in suspense and I just stare at the skipped video in 5, 4, and I'm like, I don't fucking care what's on it. So you know what? Put whatever fucking ad you want in there. I'm not gonna buy it. Cool.
Okay. Fair.
There you go. Have you heard that song?
That dancing is like...
That might be Top of the Pops. I have no idea what this... It's, yeah. Barbara Mason can fucking get it, man.
Awesome.
Yes, I'm ready.
I mean, awesome. Like, the 60s, man.
There was some good fucking music, man.
There really was.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. Black Americans, we fucked them over. They really had some great fucking music.
We really did.
Ready to burn.
The worst. Okay. I mean, this could be a thing that we talk about for hours on end, about how we have fucked everything up. Anywho, shall we instead talk about some positive things? Would you like to discuss our ratings? Would you like to explain to the lovely people listening to this podcast how we rate the books we read?
I would be jizzed about it. Jazzed about it. So we rate things on two different scales. One is hearts, and the other one is eggplants. The hearts are on how romantical was this book. One is like not really romantical, and the reply was like it like fucking burned the cockles of my heart.
I was expecting you to say. I was expecting you to say honored or jazzed.
Oh no, I did that specifically. So, my lady. Okay, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
So on this one, we're doing hearts. How romantical it was.
Okay.
How many heart cockles did it burn for you? As Anthony Bridgerton would say, I burned for you.
I burned for you. Oh God. Okay.
Even when I didn't like you, I lusted for you.
That was so hot.
Okay,
Anthony
I'll stop
Bridgerton
it some point
amazing.
soon. I'll stop it. I promise I'll stop. I'll get over it. Like you told me to let it go.
You just gotta let it go like Elsa. Just.
Like I wasn't reading parts of fucking the Viscount, the Viscount.
Viscount.
The
Viscount.
I did it. I did it. The Viscount who loved me in the middle of fucking BW3s. No, I didn't do that. Anyhow.
Of course not.
No, but I convinced somebody to possibly read it. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. So mine is, I'm gonna say 4 on this one.
I also said 4. Like I feel like it's really romantic. Yes.
Jeremy just fucking wins.
Fucking Jeremy, man. And truly, I cannot explain to you the feats that Courtney Milan has managed to overcome to make me love a character named Jeremy. I mean, truly.
Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy.
So many props to her.
Yeah, I just think, so there's an ongoing joke on one of the podcasts I listen to. It's, hey, Jeremy, did you send that out? Hey, Jeremy. You know, it's like, it's a bank holiday. Do you make sure you sent that out? Hey, Jeremy.
Which podcast?
So, We Hate Movies.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah. Hey, Jeremy. It's the same thing as on B3. Hey, Heather.
Oh my God.
Hey, Heather. I went to the shitter at the Sawyer house. Hey, Heather. Did you see that? I locked him out. Hey, Heather. I was actually going to pull up, one, I mean, like, seriously.
I've highlighted a significant portion of this book.
A lot.
Yeah.
Here's the... Look at you, Jeremy Sudden, with your full sentences and your conjugated verbs. Yes. I am in awe of your cognitive capacity. Jesus Christ.
I know.
It's 2 C's in one. Ugh.
I know.
Oh, can I read the one? It's not ruining anything. I promise.
Okay.
I mean, you know they're happily ever after.
Right.
The first page was the list she started this morning with what duchesses do. It said. He wrote beneath it in large square... Can I read it?
Yeah, of course you can.
Square capitals. Whatever duchesses want. He's getting up there. His tier. He's getting up. He's moving up a tier.
He's getting
up on those tiers.
He really is.
Yep. He might replace Jack.
Devlin?
Possibly. I don't know, man.
Blasphemy.
I don't know, man. Like, we don't...
I know. He really is. He's dreamy. He's super dreamy.
He's swoon worthy.
He really is. I really enjoyed the innuendo in this book, too. But we can talk about that a little bit more later.
Like,
that's more of
big.
an eggplant.
It's more... I think you could take as much as... Okay.
Like, I cannot... We can...
Well, speaking of... Let's talk about fucking eggplants. Hit me on the face with your fucking eggplants!
Yeah, I kind of don't want to read many quotes from like the romantical parts because I don't want to give anything away. Okay, so eggplants, Here's the thing. So there's like, I think 2 major like actual sex
Yeah.
scenes, right?
Yeah.
They are hot.
I mean, she's got a sex scene.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot it. Oh, she does. Okay. Yes. All right. So I'm going to go with 3 because it's hot, but it's not like super graphic.
Yeah.
Except for,
I'd say 2.5.
I guess that masturbation scene was
2.5.
like that was pretty hot.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. She's more imagining him.
Yeah,
in that.
she is.
Like, it's not telling like the finger.
There's
went
not.
in here.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
I'm gonna say 2.5, just because it was like.
I wavered.
Also,
like I initially was like 2.5, but then I remember the masturbation scene.
Well, I've been reading some things recently, so
Oh,
2.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean, like,
it's all relative, I
yeah.
suppose.
Yeah, we have an author that I will thank for certain books that they've sent to me early.
Oh, yes.
But also have I was like, holy fuck. Yeah. God, I want to talk about that book so bad, but I can't.
We can't.
Can't.
Also, so one thing about the eggplants, hang on. I alluded to this earlier, like the discussions about sex that they have are more like it's less weird and like less taboo than it would have been in like a Bridgerton day.
Yeah. A time period.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. She says, my ambitions are lofty. They're not dry. Not dry. Do you, by any chance at the moment, find yourself becoming the opposite of dry? Because that would be very interesting. There's like kind of a significant amount of sexual innuendo.
Yeah, I was looking for the one where she talks about her body. And he says, there's something I want to do with your body, but it's... Oh, fuck.
Here he says, Chloe... hang on. Let me... No, they'll think I'm a lucky man. Her temper flared. Oh, yes, they'll think you have excellent luck indeed. They'll suspect you of lucking me all night long. She'd said it right out. The thing she shouldn't think about, but did. She should be ashamed of imagining the heat of his skin, the exchange of their breath. She set her jaw and glared at him, but she could feel her wants under her skin, and it wasn't his fault, no matter what she told herself. Chloe, my dear, his voice was gentle. She didn't want gentle. I'll luck you any time you wish, but I don't think anyone who has ever known you would imagine you to be so easily won. You're not easy. You never have been. She exhaled. No, a good reminder. You have always been worth the effort.
Jeremy, damn it,
Jeremy!
Jeremy? Hey, Jeremy? You're fucking hot. Hey, Jeremy? That's fucking sexy.
My God. So, oh God.
Yeah. Well, we already answered the mod thing, so I think we move on to stunt casting.
Oh,
now,
yeah,
right?
okay, yes.
So,
Hang on, I'm sorry. There's one more. You were alluding to it. Jeremy, she reached for his hand. It's massive. It's too big. That's what they all say about me, Jeremy said with a waggle of an eyebrow. But really, I'd think you were accustomed to a larger size by now. Don't worry, it will fit.
I mean, all we have to say is, and you will know exactly what we're talking about because she turns around naked and he can't
even speak.
He can't form words.
He cannot.
He just goes.
He is legitimately speechless.
Like, so we have read books where both couples. Well, I don't think I've read for where both couples have been.
I'm not sure I have.
No, I have. Like one. I've read one where both couples have been virgins. It was a historical romance.
I think this is my first.
And oh shit, was the other one oh God, it's right here. What the fuck was it? It wasn't in LA, but it was something. Oh, it was about a vicar. But they were both virgins, and it got to be really super fucking hot. But this was to me more like what would fucking happen.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agreed.
And it was like, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm gonna spoil a little bit. It's like she's like very much like, I need you to do this, and I need you to do this.
She takes takes like the like the lead there.
Reins.
Like she's like, I know enough to know what I need you to do. I know enough to know where to point you. You know.
Yeah, and he's like, please point me. Please
tell me what to do. Totally fine with that.
In my head, I thought, actually, this is kind of awesome because like they'll grow from this.
Yeah. It was very like sex positive, really.
It was, because it's like they're both going to discover things about each other, of like what they like and they don't like together. And I'm like, that's kind of like that to me. Like if you were to say, if we were going to do this, like that quiz we did earlier about are couples still together? Obviously they are, because it's that time of, but it was like, yes, they would be, because they would be experimenting still. Like what do you like? What don't you like? And I think that's kind of sexy.
Oh, for sure.
Because, I mean, he had an idea of what to do.
Yeah.
But I think, like, with practice, with her, is perfect. Because if that's going to be the last person you're going to do it with, then why not practice all the more that you can with her?
Yep.
I mean, yes, it's very sex positive. Like, and for historical.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do some...
Strong
casting. We really do need a theme song for that.
We really do.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? Because I did a married couple. So do you want to go first?
Okay, sure. Do you want to do Chloe or Jeremy first?
Let's do Chloe, because then we'll. No, let's do.
Or I did 3. Do you want me to do the one that you didn't do?
I did. I ended up doing.
Oh, you
it
did.
I
Okay,
found
never
somebody.
mind.
I did. Let's do Chloe first. Fuck it.
Okay. All right, I'll start. I chose this beautiful lady.
I'm excited. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Her name is her name is Janelle Parrish.
Oh, she's pretty.
Isn't she?
Her eyes are gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
This one I particularly love because she has blue hair in it.
Oh.
Here you go. Anywho, Janelle Parrish. Hang on, let me...
Ooh.
Right? I know, I wish my hair looked like that. Janelle Parrish. There she is. All right, so she is an American actress and singer-songwriter. She was actually born in Honolulu. She was in Pretty Little Liars. Her mother is of Chinese descent. Her dad is Caucasian.
She looks like my friend. It's really creeping me
Oh,
out. Like,
really?
in a good way. In a good way. She's I won't tell the name online, but like,
tell me later.
And she's also from Hawaiian. Yeah, she's like,
okay.
yeah. I mean, in a good way. I mean, because my friend is very gorgeous too. So I'm like,
oh, she was into all the boys
eyes.
I've loved before.
Was she the older sister?
She must have been. Hang on, let me look. She plays Margot. Who is Margot?
Her eyes, I just can't stop
they're
looking
beautiful.
at her eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm falling into her eyes and I'm loving it, every moment of it. They're like a honey colored, like a honey.
She's beautiful.
Like light milk chocolate. Like, I just can't stop looking at her eyes.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Does she want to date me, possibly?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I can't really say that I know much about her. She's not one of the sisters. Hang on. She played someone named Margot.
Okay. I didn't watch it, so
It's good, actually.
I mean, if we really want to...
Oh, she is the older sister. You're right.
Shits and giggles, I guess we could read the book and do the thing for page to screen.
Yes, we could. Okay, anywho, who is your Chloe?
She's also, yours is gorgeous. Yours is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to send some pictures, and I'm going to find her name, because on this picture that I'm sending over, not her name.
Frustrating.
Yeah. I like to fucking do the thing. And lastly,
Oops.
Her last one is her wedding picture.
Oh, I love that dress she's wearing. With like the pink fringe.
Oh, yeah. This is...
She's beautiful.
This is,
of course.
Again, no fucking
oh my
name on
goodness.
it. Oh, bless America. Okay, her name is Livlo. Livlo. She is, let me look up her descent. She is not Chinese, I apologize, but she is, she's Taiwanese. And she is fucking gorgeous. She's mostly a yoga instructor. That's what her big thing is.
Okay.
Being married to her beautiful husband, who I will bring up in 2 seconds.
Okay.
But she's very pretty.
Her dress is beautiful.
She just looks like a happy person. And that last one with her in the wedding gown. God damn. God damn. So, leading into who my then...
Yeah, do you want to just go ahead?
Yeah, my Jeremy is then this man. Her husband, who is...
Hello. Is he from Crazy Rich Asians?
That is Henry Golding, who is from, believe so. I think he's the lead, but I know him from, what was that, Last Christmas fucking movie? Is Henry Golding. He is unfortunately not also Chinese. He's half, Asian, or half, Malaysian and British.
He is attractive.
He's fucking gorgeous. What are you talking about? I mean,
and he is from Crazy Rich Asians.
He is, yeah. Holy shit! I'm just looking at another picture of him, and I'm like, I want to touch the hiney.
You want to bite his butt?
I do. Here's another one. Here is him and his gorgeous wife.
He's
pregnant.
He's real pretty.
Yeah. He just seems like everything I've seen of him. He seems like the nicest dude. And then that fucking British accent. Yes, please.
They're going to make beautiful babies. Has this baby been born yet?
Yes. Here, let me send you a picture of said beautiful baby. Yep. There you go.
Oh my fucking God. That baby is ridiculously cute.
Her name's Lila.
Shut the fuck up. God, she's cute. Look at that fat on her arms. I love it so much. I want to squeeze it.
This was like, I saw him. He was the first person that jumped into my mind. Was Henry Golding.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, that baby's cute.
Oh my God, his wife is like perfect for Chloe. And I'm like, and then yes, that baby's. Oh, I can't handle
the cheeks on that baby.
Baby's fucking adorable. His little ears, like little Yoda ears, are going over. I love it
so much.
I love it.
That baby, I would squeeze it in a loving way. I promise. Oh my God, it's so cute.
But her little ears are like flapped over a little bit. It's so
like
cute.
Like Stephen Colbert ears a little bit. Like he has one ear.
Yes. Love it.
Oh my God,
so that's
so
sweet. That is my Jeremy. That's my Jeremy.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm with you on that. All right. Who I chose. Hang on, let me get back to my board.
Oh shit, here's him and Oh, forgot. That's right. He's gonna be Mr. Elliot. He's gonna be the fucking lead in Persuasion. I fucking forgot about that.
Oh.
Yes, here's a picture of him as, like, dressed in the time period, or a little bit earlier, but still. That's right. Fuck, I forgot about. No, he's it's Anne Elliot. So he's gonna be her brother.
Oh, love that. Love that very much. Look at him just balancing that little cup on his leg. Okay. Whew. Okay. Here is my first picture. You will not be sorry.
Holy God.
Uh-huh. I think he's from Glee.
Oh, what's his name?
Harry Shum Jr. Yeah, Shum. Yeah. Uh-huh. He initially was on Glee. I believe now he is on, what's the show called?
Oh, shit.
Shit, I forget. God damn it.
He is on All My Life. Love Hard. Oh, he was in Love Hard, but he was in Crazy Rich Asians.
Was he also? I guess that's probably not surprising.
The one that he's on is All My Life.
Shadowhunters?
Like,
Shadowhunters.
No. Yeah, but he's in Everything Everywhere All at Once, what I want to see so fucking bad.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's a movie with oh shit. What's her name? Michelle Yeoh. Okay. It's supposed to be fan-fucking-tastic. Anyhow.
Love that.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is the one where Jamie Lee Curtis, doesn't wear any, like,
shapewear?
No. It's when she refused to.
Love it. He's on Shadowhunters, and I've seen the clip, but I've never seen the show, where he's gay or bisexual, I'm not sure. But there's like a really beautiful scene where he kisses a dude. So anyway,
have you read any of those books?
No.
I mean, they're YA. I read.
I'm not like a major fan of YA.
Well, she's got a series that takes place in the past that I really enjoyed. Is it City of Bones? Yep. It's probably not. It's Cassandra Clare, isn't it?
I don't know. Shadowhunters.
It might be actually just. Oh shit. And it was so good because it was like how everything came into being.
It's adapted from the Mortal Instruments.
I might have read the Mortal Instruments, maybe. Let me look really quick. Sorry. Cities of no.
Yeah, Cassandra Clare.
So anyhow, Henry Shum is fucking gorgeous.
Yes, he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anywho, that is my Jeremy.
Oh my god, yes, 100%. 100%. I'm still looking to see what that. It's gonna drive me crazy now that I don't know. It's like the first part of her thing, like. Because they what they do is they write runes on their body to do spells and stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
It's really good. Like the one that's in the past, the one that's like a steampunk, is very good. I really enjoyed it. Infernal Devices. That's the one. That's what I liked. Infernal Devices, which starts with Clockwork Angel, and it's we're talking about like the. It's in YA, but there's some sexy times in it. But there's a lot of gay characters, and it's kind of amazing.
Love that.
But Henry Shum can fucking get it. Also, he was great on Glee.
Yeah, he was.
He was one of the characters I didn't fucking want to punch in the face by the end of it. So
yeah,
there you
go. Always a shining endorsement.
So who do you have for Mr. Fong?
Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
I'll go. That's fine.
Okay.
So there was another person I could have picked, but I didn't want to because he's not half I wanted somebody who was like half British and half Caucasian, half Asian. So I could have picked Simu Liu, who y'all know I love Simu Liu, who is in Shang-Chi and the 12 Rings. But instead, so what I decided was I was going to pick Shang-Chi's dad, who is Tony Leung Chiu Wai. And let me just send you some pictures. And this would be Mr. Fong for me. He's a little older than Mr. Fong in the book is, because we figure out Mr. Fong's probably in his 40s.
Yeah, he probably is like in his 40s.
So Tony Leung is probably a little older, but I know he is a little older, but still, Tony Leung, he could still fucking get it if he'd like it to. I would hit it and not forget it.
Or quit it.
Oh, no. Exactly. So, that is my Mr. Fong.
All right.
Especially that first fucking picture with it. That fucking trench coat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. The second one is him as in Shang-Chi.
Okay.
So, which is very good. If you've not seen it, please, I recommend.
Yeah, I have not seen it because we know I've never seen any movies.
You haven't, but you did see one movie this week.
Was that this past? Yeah, that's right.
I like him.
That was actually going to be my right spot, and then we got tattoos. Yeah, I did watch The Usual Suspects. That was on my list. That was on the poster. And I did enjoy it.
What?
Yeah, so this man's name is Victor J. Ho. Now, he has not been in like a ton of things. He was on something called Tales from the Loop. He was on the OA, and he was on American Crime Story in 2016.
The OA. Mm-hmm.
I've not seen anything. When I Googled, like, he came up, and I was like, that's what he looks like in my mind. He was on Criminal Minds, but like in one episode.
I mean, literally
everyone, including myself. So, at any rate, that's who I chose for Mr. Fong. Now, he would be like a little bit older. He's in his 50s already. But I don't know. That's kind of what I pictured. Like, he would have had a hard life,
Well, I mean, yeah, because his hands are like so arthritic.
Yeah, that's one thing that she talks about, and Courtney actually talks about this in the author's note, but I had gathered it from like context clues that he has what would now today be called rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah.
But at the time was like wet joint syndrome or like whatever it was.
Yeah. From that repetitive motion of making delicious food.
Okay. So, my darling Ray.
Yes.
What are you reading?
So, I read Good Neighbors, The Complete Complexion, a cozy, spooky fantasy rom-com in 4 parts by Stephanie Burgess.
Nice.
It's like YA, so if you want something you can read in an afternoon, in like 3 hours, it's super cute. It's about witches. It's very much like if you like Paper Magician and I forgot who wrote that series off the top of my head right now. I'm gonna look it up really quick so that way if you read so Paper Magician by Charlie N. Holmberg, which I fucking love. That whole Paper Magician series, you'll love this. Like the heroine is a metal magician, and then the hero is a necromancer. So it's very cute. They're neighbors. That's why the whole thing Good Neighbors comes in.
Okay.
But these are all novellas that she kind of pushed into one book, and it's super satisfying. It's an enemies to lovers, but it's really not an enemies to lovers. The first book, quote unquote book, is enemies to lovers, but the second one is to a point, and then they fall in love. So it's super sweet, but it's YA, but at some point in the last novella, they're totally naked. They haven't done it, supposedly, but they're totally naked together on their bed. They're just relaxing, talking. It's
chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
Yeah. playing some b-ball.
Shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. Got in one little fight.
My
mom got scared.
She's
you moving with auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
Anyhow, but the book I'm actually like in the midst of right now, I'm about like almost 100 pages in, is A Reckless Match by Kate Bateman. And this is one of those ones where I was like, I could buy the Kindle or I can buy the fucking physical copy. And the physical copy was cheaper. I was like, it's a cute, gorgeous cover. I'm excited about it. So I bought it and I'm not disappointed. So far we've got enemies to lovers. We have possible marriage and convenience. We've got archaeology. We've got a hero that falls first who's like obsessed with the heroine. I'm
checking all my boxes.
All of these boxes. There's a possible like smuggling ring. All of these things. It's amazing. So yes, and he's already like making so many comments. At one point, he's already has his hands around her neck. He's talking about a cravat stake that comes up and it sneaks its way around your neck, and he's got his hands around her neck in like a very sexy manner, and he's rubbing his hands up and down her throat, and it is the fucking hottest thing. The way she writes it, perfect.
All right.
I mean, they're gonna do it, but I would assume very soon because they've already kissed.
I hope so.
He kisses her. So the whole premise is, just to give you an idea, is they have to. It's a Romeo and Juliet. So they've got to like these two families have been feuding for hundreds of years, centuries. And every spring equinox, they have to meet at the certain point, and they have to shake hands. And it's their like it's the land
to like keep the peace.
Keep the peace, and this specific part of land is owned by both families. And if one doesn't show up, then it gets moved to the ownership moves to the other family. Okay. So she's waiting for his ass to show up, or somebody from the other the Davies clan to show up, and it ends up being him who has tormented her. She hasn't seen him for 4 years because he was off fighting Napoleon. But
as one does.
All the time that he's been fighting, he has held a spot in his heart for her because he used to tease her when he was young, but it was more along the lines like he just loved fucking pissing her off. He loved like revving her little engine so that way she would, because he just thought she was.
God damn it.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it was one of those, like, it wasn't, like, teasing about, like, it was teasing, like, he would she was a tomboy, he would throw her in the river and stuff like that, like, and not to the point, like, we talk about how, like, they tease you, so, like,
right, he's only making fun of you because he likes you. Fuck all that shit forever.
This wasn't making fun of, this was definitely, like, he kind of made her life living hell a little bit, but he was also like, she was at the time 17 years old. So and
he enjoyed her temper.
He loved her temper, and it kept him like kind of jonesed through the fucking war. Like he was like, I thought about her every day through the war and her temper and her like her tomboyishness and her. And she just like sat back and she just fucking hated everything about him, but not really. I mean, not really.
Yeah.
And so he comes back, and of course she has grown up to be. She's 22 now, so she's like a fucking woman. And he's like, the way he describes her when he first sees her. If any fucking man described me the way he does, we're done here. We're fucking done here.
We're just done here.
Because he's like. I can't even, it's absolutely fucking gorgeous. And
so I guess I'm gonna have to read this next.
I mean, you might have to. Like, I would recommend it. Because the way, like, seriously, the way he describes her is just like, she is the epitome of beauty. It's like, she moved from, like, she was gorgeous when she was a tomboy, but now she has curves, and she just, like, she's got curves that I long to touch. And I want to touch every part. He's like, I want to jump down and just grab her face and touch her face. Like, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, Christ on the crutch. I'll just have to borrow your paperback, I guess.
That sounds like happening. Anyhow,
all right,
sorry, enough. I went off tangent.
No, you're fine. The thing is, so I haven't really been reading anything new because I am still reading Staying Selfless by Liz Tomford. Your face. So anyway, I keep jumping away from it because I just need a fucking break. Let me see where I am.
I was just gonna ask you, where are you at in this? How is this?
Where you at?
Where you at?
Oh fuck! I'm at 54%.
Guess what? Who dis?
What? Who dis? I'm at 54%.
That's not a good. That's not a good percentage.
No, it's not.
I mean, I think I know what's going to happen with this review. I mean,
Listen,
what I would write. We can cut this.
No, it's fine. Here's the thing. Like, I will finish the book. I will write a review because I said I would. Her writing is good.
Yeah.
She is a good writer. I enjoy the way she writes. This book is too fucking long.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You are, no. I mean, like.
It's too fucking long.
No.
Like, I just can't.
No.
It's just.
I mean, unless you were this is not War and Peace, bitch. This is not happening.
But it's not like, so the first book was long. It was over 600 pages. This one is 20 pages longer or something.
Jesus fucking
It's just
Christ.
It's not necessary. It's just not necessary.
Are you talking about global, like, intercontinental, like, no. Legislation?
I'm frustrated at this point. To be honest, I'm frustrated.
Again,
regardless, I will finish it. It's just that I just keep going away from it because I'm like, oh God, please move on. You know what I mean? So in the meantime, I've just been like jumping back into some comfort reads and reading parts that I love from authors that I love. So I jumped back into way back. I recommended the Motion Space Time trilogy from Penny Reid, and it's the second half of the Hypothesis series, I think. At any rate, there's like 6 books, but it's like 2 trilogies. So the second trilogy is about Mona and Abram, and Abram is Marie Harris's brother, and Marie Harris is from Dating-ish.
Right.
So at any rate, I went back and I didn't
reread that one too. I like that.
Oh, it's such a good one. I didn't reread the first one, Motion, mostly because that one is like full of angst, just full of angst.
I'm at Dating-ish, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but I knew what you meant. But I didn't reread the first in the trilogy because it's super angsty. But Space and Time are like lovely. I mean, and there's lots of like things that she in particular has to overcome. Oh goddamn, I love those books so much. They're just so good. So anyway, I just went back and read some comfort reads basically in the last week or so, in between Staying Selfless this, obviously.
I think by the time we come back to in 2 weeks, as I will probably
when
have
we
read,
record the next one,
I will probably have read most of the Lisa Claypott's Ravenel series again.
I'm determined to finish it. I want to be done with it. And the thing is, like I said, she is a good writer, and I like these characters a lot, and I care about them, and I want them to like get to the resolution of where they are. They clearly are both on a character arc. It's just holy shit. Like, part of the reason that I was drawn back to Space and Time from Penny Reid is that the way that series is written, it's that every book is short.
Yeah.
Like just over 200 pages, maybe 225 pages per book.
Yeah.
But she divided it into 3 as opposed to 2.
Yeah.
So you kind of have these like distinct points where things end, and like, whereas with this series it's 2 600-page books.
Nope.
And I'm like, you could have cut it and divided it into 2, or you could have still cut it and divided it into 3.
Yeah.
It's just too much. There are definitely things that could have been reduced.
Tighten it up.
Tighten it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on. Are you listening to anything? Because the only thing I'm listening to is the voice of anxiety in my head.
Okay, so I am listening to something that I found this week that I'm fucking in love with. I'm in love with it. It is called You're Dead to Me. It is from the BBC, and it is a history podcast for people who don't like history and those who do. So Greg Jenner, who is lovely, he hosts it. He brings together the best names in comedy and history to learn and laugh about the past. So what he does is he will bring a expert in history on a certain subject, and then he will bring a comedian who has literally nothing. Mostly nothing, like no background of whatever they're covering that week. So I moved in the middle and it kind of went through what I wanted to read, like ones that I liked, and then like kind of went from there.
The history of ice cream?
That one's good.
Oh my God.
I recently listened to the history of LGBTQIA+.
Love that.
It's great. I kind of wanted a little bit more in depth, but it was fine. The other one I listened to when I was mowing the lawn today was the history of the history of Joan of Arc, and then the other one was the history of the Aztecs, which was fascinating. But some of them are
the history of high heels.
Yes, I like that one. That was really good. I will listen to that one. It was fantastic. The one Lord Byron's good.
Sorry.
Boudica. Which is that how you actually, they say on that, that's how you say it. It's not Boadicea, it's Boudica.
Oh, okay.
Joan of Arc. I'm looking through the list here.
P.T. Barnum.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Prohibition. Sacagawea.
Mary Wollstonecraft is amazing. It's just fantastic. It's very funny. Because even the historians they have on there, like, there's a couple that are funny in their own right. So, they can kind of...
History of chocolate.
I have not listened to that one. But it's very good. The one that I was listening to while I was getting ready for our show tonight was the...
Josephine Baker. Sorry.
Was Saladin. That's the one. I also listened to the Harriet Tubman one. Yes. They're very good. I would totally recommend. Greg Jenner is hysterical, and I guess there's some thing with him. I looked him up a little bit. He's also adorable, because of course he is, because he's British and adorable.
Eleanor of Aquitaine.
Yes,
I'm fascinated by her.
But I guess his wife, there was a hard thing with him and his wife having a baby for the first time. Yeah.
Oh, like an infertility thing?
So Mary Shelley, do you know who Mary Shelley's mother is?
No.
Mary Wollstonecraft.
No shit.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So this is, I'm going to send you a picture. This is Greg Jenner. He's super adorable. Perfect. This is who I would, if I was this is who I'd like to marry. This would be my husband. He's super cute.
Oh, he's adorable.
Isn't he?
He really is your type.
He is. And he's
so your type.
He's so funny. I guess there was something, but so good for him for I don't know what happened with their baby, but yay. So they had a baby, I guess. Yeah, it's super funny. I would totally recommend. I have not listened to Medieval Christmas, but that's the latest one that's up there, and that's from December. So I think they just might have taken a hiatus a little bit. Yeah, it's really good. And the fucking theme song slaps. So yeah,
I'm pretty excited. I will have to listen to this. This baby has to be at least going on 3 now. So
yeah,
I found the article. And there was a very sweet photo of him staring at his child for the first time.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I was like,
oh, it's very cute. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I would recommend. Oh, I know. He's so fucking, that hair is amazing.
He's very cute. That hair is amazing. Yeah. Also jealous of it. Okay. Anywho, he's very cute. He's also very much your type.
he seems like a nice dude. That's what's really funny. And like very he calls himself he's a public historian, but he's also like, I guess there's a BBC show called Horrible History, which now I kind of want to watch it. Now I'm gonna
nice.
look it up. But he's one of the chief nerds, he says, on Horrible History.
I love that.
I'm looking it up to make sure that I'm saying that right. Oh, Horrible Histories.
Horrible Histories, yes. Mm-hmm.
So I guess he's the chief nerd on there. So
I love that.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay. All right. So did we do it? Should we talk about what's coming up? We did it.
So the next book is Circling Back to You.
It sure is. It's an ARC we have from Julie Tu. I'm going to pronounce that wrong. It's TIEU.
I always say two.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, two.
Yeah. So that book actually comes out in July, but we're doing this early because, we have an ARC, obviously. But we're doing this early because July we're doing Penny Reid month because we love Penny Reid. And it fit that like earlier, it's Asian History Month or Asian Heritage Month, so it makes sense to do this now. As you know, anyone who listens to the show, welcome. I love books about writers. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the themes of this book. Yep. Anywho, so next time, May 17th, will be Circling Back to You, which is a couple months early, but I think it's okay.
Yep, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
So places people can find us as our website is chicklitbookclubpodcast.com. Mm-hmm. We have some merch. I would say the easiest...
We do.
I would say the easiest way to find our merch is on our website. But you can find us on chicklitbookclubpodcast.threadless.com. Our Twitter is at Chicklit Podcast. Our TikTok is at Chicklit Book Club. Our Pinterest is Chicklit Book Club Podcast. Our email is chicklitbookclubpodcast@gmail.com. Our Instagram is Chicklit Book Club Podcast. Our YouTube is our YouTube. Just fucking look us up. We had a lot of people listening on our YouTube, so we're cool.
Yeah.
And then we do have a Patreon, and we will be getting fucking levels up, guys.
We have like a couple up right now, but not all of them.
No, and we have some things that we want to do, like make us read fucking Outlander.
Yeah.
Possibly we might do a pre-show thing, possibly.
If you want to see anything in particular, you want us to see us do a live show,
Yeah, if you want to watch us before we start the show and then also watch us do the show,
we'll do it if you really want us to.
If you really want to pay us to do it. I mean...
You really want to pay us to do it, we'll do it.
I mean, it's mostly... We get up to go to the bathroom and then let the dogs out and then come back and talk. We might go off screen for that. But, yeah. So, but, I mean, it would just pretty much be the pre-show. So...
Yeah.
If you're excited about that.
I don't know about anyone else, but you might want to see my dog just laying down here.
Yep. Laying like that.
Very much asleep.
Laying like that, she looks like Bucky, who is asleep now too.
Her muzzle has stayed dark though.
Yeah.
Bucky's muzzle lightened up.
A little bit.
But hers is still very... Oh, she's like, what the fuck? You're talking about me? Oh, you're so pretty.
And also, if you do have things to add to our sex position database, please do so. Please find it on the website. I will. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to go put.
We'll add it.
Yeah, I'm going to put the Google form up. So.
Yay!
Yep. So, Veronica.
Yeah.
How do we end this thing?
In the most obnoxious way possible.
Bye!
Bye!
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Safe Light Replace. Sponsor us.
I'll never.
They'll never.
Ab and Eve, I have so many of your products. Please sponsor us.
You gifted me one.
I gifted you one.
You gave me one.
And also, I got a new one, which is amazing.
Text me later.
Oh, I will. Uh-huh.
Yay! Sorry, Mom.